as I was leaving home, I'm rolling my suitcase behind me, and my little boy Alex says, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, we're going on an aeroplane."
I remember travel better than I remember anything else, so I feel like I have this necklace of memories that are always with me.
Romance, history, and magic. I think those are the three elements that drive me, and when you travel, you see that everywhere.
I remember my first trip was to a place called Lake Texoma Lodge. It was like 2 hours from home. There was a good air-conditioned car ride there. I thought I had arrived at Nirvana.
Me and my family would drive up to Big Bear.
Montauk is really my happy place.
That was like our family winter spot.
First time I got onto a 747 to fly to America.
My father felt very strongly about us as children traveling, all over the world.
It's probably going on these crazy, really amazing road trips.
My earliest memory is of 5 years old when we moved to New York and it was freezing cold.
Down through Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, and then come back into California and then wind up in Napa Valley.
The first time that I went to San Simeon.
One would be the first time I went to Asia.
Probably the great immigrant experience. I think it was the first time I had been on a plane.
We was going twice a year to Seville.
I remember my grandparents taking me on a phenomenal trip to Paris.
Lo and behold, I landed in Monaco, which is a real cool place to be when you're 22. And it was like just Disney World for me. I thought, this is just amazing. And I ended up staying for a year. I scrapped my education. And when I came back, I said to my parents and my family, I want to be a chef.
They were adventures. I was completely open to the unknown.
That's why I like road trips so much, because you just get in your car and you go.
That's an amazing way to see America, truly, is to drive cross country. I was probably Thelma, I think.
It's so in my blood, this idea of exploration and adventure. When I go for pleasure, I really like to go somewhere that's like the ends of the earth.
I just love the thought of getting on a plane and escaping.
Travel for me is about seeing things differently and ideally taking some of that when you come back so that you don't end up sort of missing the world around you.
I find myself just flying wherever, just because I want to.
I tend to use food trips as my adventurous side because I'm always looking for to be impressed and to be wowed, and I'm like a kid when I get on a plane and go to a great restaurant.
I almost always bring back food and wine from my adventures. I've had a lot of trouble at customs.
I found that there are certain things that I do need to have with me.
I try to travel with the minimum of the minimum.
What type of stuff?
A passport.
Passport?
I have to have my cell phone, obviously.
I definitely always have my iPad with me.
Wallet?
My candles.
E-book.
Donc I go with nothing and I have to buy another set of everything.
I usually have my iPad and my computer, which enrages all my family members.
But I try to travel with really the minimum with me.
I think I usually have an iPod as well.
I have no time for that.
And a camera and all these things. It becomes a very, very, very heavy bag.
A bathing suit, because not a lot of places I've realized approve of skinny dipping.
For me, the most favorite part of traveling for me is finding a few threads of things that I could tie together.
I can't imagine ever being jaded about traveling. And if there's not a reason to go, I invent one.
Travel has just become a complete addiction. I mean, I live to travel, and there's always something wonderful that I've never experienced or seen or tasted before. And I loathe people who talk about jet lag and they're tired and they get allergies on plane. Forget it. It's the greatest experience of your life. Why should you complain about it?
Really? How do you really feel about it? How do you really feel about it?